Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling, as you see what's going on our lovely island for Fawnhollow today. It'll just be relaxing as per usual. It's a weekend, Friday, no, it's not Friday, what, Saturday? I've lost what day it is. I don't really know what to talk about. Like, I felt low battery is apparently what we're going to talk about, so I guess I'll charge after this, but, I think we've kind of reached the end of our holiday conversations. Like, the only thing after this is just basically going home, isn't it? You know, the flight back from a long holiday, everyone's also probably pretty exhausted. It's sort of just like you're getting a little bit homesick, but not too homesick. It's a sort of, you want to end on a feeling of, I wish this could go on just a little bit longer, but you're not at a stage where it's like, thank heck I'm going back home. But hello everyone. Right now in Fawnhallow, it's 3:42 p.m. on Saturday, October 21st, 2023. Not much really happened on that final day. It was like everyone was packing, and then we did some cleaning up. But that's what I remember is like I cleaned up a bit before I went to sleep, and I woke up and I was like, let's get cleaning. There was a lot of throwing out rubbish. Hello Raymond, I don't know what you're doing here, but I hope you're enjoying your coffee. Which is, of course, I very much go by the practice of little and often, I suppose, when it comes to cleaning up. So oftentimes, when it comes down to winding on the end of the day, I do a sweep around the house, pick up bottles and that sort of thing, bring them over to the kitchen. It's just like, because if you don't do it now, you're going to have to do it all in one go at the very end, and that's an absolute nightmare. It's little and often, which is very much sage advice passed down to me, amusingly, by my French teacher when I used to take... Actually, it wasn't French GCSE, it was pre-French GCSE, it must have been like year 8 or something, which is not exactly something I took in account for regards of like studying and that sort of thing, but I'm going to be honest, I didn't study that much during school, but also I just kind of relied on my good memory skills, if anything. But it's sound advice to go by is learn a little bit and often every single day, rather than having to do all of it at once, because you retain information better that way. I mean, it's why all these like learning apps and whatever do the things in small like bite-sized pieces. You do like a little bit daily rather than a huge amount at once, because you need time, I suppose, to digest and retain that information. I didn't really take many photos, unsurprisingly, of that morning, because it wasn't very interesting. I was just sort of like picking up random bottles, and as other people started waking up, of course, they started like contributing to the cleaning up as well, and I just like took a break towards the end. Early to rise, early to bed, something like that. Except for early to rise, late to bed, so I don't really know how this makes sense. And it's nice, it's despite it being such a menial task, everyone coming together to come and clean, it's still, something which I think I hold dear to my mind, to my brain, in certain aspects, it's sort of like, it's... To quote myself, because I randomly came up with this quote once in response. It was meant to be more like a witty response to someone, but it's actually something I think about and I hold true, I suppose, is that the memories of life are... No, hold on, what did I say? The memories of life are measured by the moments of a minutia as well as a grand. Something like that, hold on. Let me find the exact quote I said, because I was just like, damn, despite the fact I made it up and I'm now quoting myself for it, it's so true, bestie, just like me, for real. Let me find what I said. So I genuinely actually liked it. No. Time is captured by the memories of a minutiae as well as a grand. And I was just like, wow. it's very much sort of like a I'm 14 and this is deep sort of line, but sometimes those I'm 14 and this is deep sort of line do hit quite deep. But yeah, I mean, it was just like a small moment, of course. Everyone's cleaning up, everyone's like bringing stuff around. Some people are doing this, some people are doing that. It's these small moments, I think, which, really do tie the entire thing together. Of course, you can memorize it. Not memorize it. You can remember the big moments, like we're out on the sea, renting a boat, relaxing on a beach, everyone having a grand dinner together. But it's also these quiet moments afterwards, I think, which should be, captured and remembered as well, no? It's these small things like that, eating breakfast together with random people, just like sitting on the balcony, watching the scenes over the ocean, everyone checking each other's rooms, making sure nothing got left behind, etc. Stuff like that, it's just these small things all add up to the experience. I like a little spice on top. But yeah, then we just got in our cars and we just drove to the airport, returned the cars. Apparently there's some difficulty getting the deposit back on the cars or something. Not because we damaged the cars or anything. The cars, as far as I remember, aren't damaged, and we took like videos and photos and stuff. But it's just the company's very slow. Apparently, so one of my friends checked the reviews afterwards, and it was like, okay, this company got like 2 out of 5 stars, so maybe that's it. But yeah, and then we were just like on a flight. I don't even know what this photo is. Oh, it's a photo of a weight of luggage. Yeah, that's always a thing, you got to be careful when you're packing your bags that you're not going over the luggage weight or anything like that. I think I was like, I was a good like 70%, I think, of the weight or something. Mostly the stuff I brought was just like clothes, to be honest, and I didn't really bring much in the way of like souvenirs home. I mostly brought just like alcohol home, amusingly, because those are gifts I gave to my family, to the fam. Yeah, then we just have a liminal space again of the airport, just like finding stuff to pack up. We split up, get some lunch, each of us go hang out or whatever in small groups. It really is a benefit of having, such a large group, is the fact that we just break up into smaller groups whenever, and it's very natural rather than having to, because when you get like 6 people, it's like, oh, you kind of have to stick around like everyone together, because it's a little bit strange sometimes breaking up, but also sometimes not. With 13, you're just like, obviously we can't move around as a group of 13, so we just don't. I don't know, it's easy. I was talking to someone about this, and they were just like, oh, it's actually so great that your friend group is so willing to actually like do that. And that sounds like an insult, but it really isn't. We're all very comfortable just being like, all right, let's just split up. Split up and look for clues in a very much Scooby-Doo sort of sense. But in this case, we're splitting up in the airport and looking for food. The groups are dynamic. They come and go as people want on and to do things. And it's nice, and it was very uneventful, I suppose. A flight back, there's obviously as eventful as a flight back with friends could be. It's a fantastic video, like. I actually forgot about this, but one of my friends has stolen one of my other friends. I don't know what they're called. Like, when you go on a flight, people get these like big neck pillows, which you put around your neck and you like sleep on them or something. They look. I don't know what they're called. Let's see. I'm gonna call it flight pillow. A travel pillow is probably right. I think about it. Travel pillow. Yeah, they're just called travel pillows. Yeah, one of my friends accidentally stole another one of my friend's travel pillows because he was just like wearing it for fun or whatever. Yeah, there's not much of an interesting story behind it. I'm going to be honest, I'm not really a fan of travel pillows. I think part of the fact is I can just sort of sleep like whenever anyway. So I just like sort of like bend down my head, that's it, I'll fall asleep, or like lean back, that's it, I'm asleep. So I don't really need a travel pillow. Certainly I understand the need for it to like, if you sleep in more uncomfortable positions, like to your neck to the side, you don't want to like, I'm not sure if it will straight up damage your neck, but very much sort of strain your neck, I think, by putting it all the way to one side or the other, right? Yeah, I don't really know where I was going with this, but yeah, I'm not really for travel pillows. I actually bought one, I remember. Sorry, I'm like rapid fire conversational things. Like, calm down, dear darling, slow down the conversation, make it easier to follow. If people want it to be faster, they can listen to you on 2 times speed. And actually, you think about this a lot, but I tend to watch things on 2 times speed, and I think that's probably why I end up speaking so fast, is I'm just used to that sort of speed of conversation. But yeah, anyway, on the trip I went to Japan and Korea, like this is a trip I feel like I bring up so often, to be honest. It comes up almost every other video, but I went to Japan and Korea with a friend. We both bought travel pillows in the airport because I think we were just bored at the airport. We didn't know what to do, and we were like, this is like a 10-hour flight or something, let's buy something. And I bought one. I bought like a flamingo travel pillow. I used it once on the way there, and I was like, this is highly uncomfortable for me. Like, I don't know, it just doesn't gel with how I like to sleep on a plane or travel on a train or anything like that. I don't know. Like, the most comfortable thing I could do is bring an actual pillow, because sometimes if I'm like on the wall adjacent seat, then I'll put the pillow against the wall, sleep against that. That would be the most comfortable. But apart from that, I really don't need like a travel pillow. I'm increasingly finding out, I suppose. But some of my friends have it, and they like to use them because it's comfortable. Obviously, like why would you use it if it wasn't comfortable? I suppose. Yeah, then we just went back. Oh yeah, we all had like nice sort of lunch. I remember I got like a pasta salad thing from this bar area. Oh, I remember a conversation I had with a person is I didn't hear what they said, but they kept pointing to me at something. I thought because I ordered it and they pointed like to something to the left of me, and I was like, what's going on? What are you pointing at? It looked like the napkin racks, and I thought he was like, that's where your food is, because I was like, 1 pasta salad please, and I paid, and he was like, everybody pointed there, and I was like, what? And then I heard him again, and he was like, oh, the cutlery's there, and I was like, oh, I thought you said my pasta was there, and I was like, I don't see my pasta. It was very funny. Well, I thought it was funny. Maybe he was pretty annoyed, but I was also the only customer like there, apart from my other friends who ordered stuff like 10 minutes ago. So I don't even know what I was doing. I think I must have been buying souvenirs at that time or something. It's saying a duty free. You know, you go, you buy your final souvenirs, I suppose, before you board the plane back home. And in my case, it's always buying alcohol because, you know, that's kind of like the best gift I can give my family. Here we go. Here's a load of alcohol. But yeah, you know, duty free, tax free, or whatever, cheaper than the high streets sometimes. I do have this random story of a family friends who I'm gonna call out, where they got a Nintendo Wii finally. Like their father bought a Nintendo Wii for them, but for some reason he bought it in the airport from Japan. So he bought it at like even more expensive than the high street prices, because I don't think electronics are particularly cheaper in an airport, if anything. But he bought it from there, and the thing is with Nintendo Wii is that the games are region locked, so like they could only play Japanese games or games made in Japan. It was a bizarre decision, I would say. It's also strange that the Nintendo Wii's ones are region locked. It's strange that any of the consoles are region locked, to be honest. But I do know that the Nintendo DS was not region locked, because I played like Chinese and Japanese games on it. But I think it was the DSi or 3DS. One of those are region locked. It's just like, I don't know. I don't remember. Or maybe it's a Game Boy which wasn't. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Region locks, I understand them. It's because genuinely a lot of time it's like legal agreements and binding things, because there's different like protection laws or something in different regions. Like I think most notably people know about like EU protection laws are very different from, you know, other continents, regions, data protection laws. Yeah, so stuff like that. So it needs to be like tailored for each individual one. But yeah, I don't know. Travel pillows, I guess, is where I was going with this. So at some point my friend needs to return that travel pillow. I don't know necessarily when that's going to happen, but hey ho, here you go. Speaking of region lock, just in a really random like caveat conversation here, there's a collaboration going on with Honkai Star Rail right now, actually, which is you know, pretty cool and all that. I like playing Honkai Star Rail. It was a crazy thing where instead of it just being region locked to like East Asian countries, it's actually global. So it's taking place all around Europe and America. Well, not all around Europe. I think it's only in France, Germany, and the UK right now. And when I saw that, I was like, "Whoa! It's in the UK. Let's go!" You know, I'm gonna go take part in this collaboration. You know, let's get my free merch and that sort of thing. I looked up the places that you can go to get this UK collaboration. They're all basically concentrated in one area, which is like reasonably far for me to get to. You know, it's not insanely far. I don't have to drive across the entire country, I suppose, to get there, but it's not like an easy trip to get to. And it's bewildering, because I was just like, wow, I can't believe they did a collaboration in the UK and they didn't choose an area which had any like major spread, I suppose, in their chains. It's wild. Anyway, because I was looking up like last night, because I really want like the digital merch that you get from it, because you get pom-pom stuff, and I love pom-pom. Pom-pom's adorable. But anyway, the long and short of it is I was looking up, being like, I wonder if I can get like, you know, my friends were just like, oh yeah, you should just like pay someone to go get a code for you. And I was like, there's probably like sites already which sell these codes or whatever. So I was looking up, and there is a site I found which actually sells them. But then I was like looking into it, and it's like, oh, it's region locked. You got to be careful that you don't buy one from Japan or something. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do it yet. I'm not sure if I'm that committed to getting this code or whatever have you. To just buy one online or something like that. Because part of me is a little bit paranoid, a little bit suspicious, being like, how do you get these codes? Are you seriously going to these places and just buying hundreds of things? Which I might be. They genuinely might be. I don't know. Or are you like spoofing the codes? Where are these codes coming from? I don't want my account to get like banned or something. Anyway. But maybe I will. Because it is a really cute sort of like digital merch you get. Is that what it likes to come to? And then I'm paying for microtransactions for cosmetics. I'm certainly no stranger to doing that, I suppose, of how much I play League of Legends, but still. Anyway, but tangent. It's because those codes of region locked that randomly came to mind, and I needed more conversational things to fill up this travel pillow dialogue. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just a travel pillow I got, because the travel pillow I got was much more sort of like beanbaggy, is probably how I describe it. But the one my friend has is a bit more like, it's not felt. I keep describing this material as felt. It's probably more like cotton or something. It's a bit more plush, I suppose. It feels a bit more pillow-esque. Because the one I had is surprisingly hard. And, you know, beanbags, IMO, are not that cozy to, like, sleep on. But, okay, it depends on the beanbag filling, I would say. But this one was surprisingly hard for a beanbag sort of filling. And it's like, I don't know, it just wasn't very cozy to sleep on. So I didn't really rate it. I think I ended up giving it to, like, my parents or something. And I think they use it. I don't know. We're family, well, not family. My parents are very much people who also probably wouldn't buy these like sort of goods, being like, why do I need one? But you know, they're the ones who use it, so it's sneaky gifting, I suppose, in a way. Anyway, travel pillows, yes. The whole reason the travel pillow was out anyway is obviously because they don't fit. I mean, you used it to travel, I suppose, but we were playing this game while we were waiting for our our bags to come, and we were just like chucking the travel pillow back and forth at each other, trying to like hook it on each other's necks. It never happened. It got very close. One of my friends for another friend and it got very, very close to actually like, it was like directly on. It just didn't sort of like hook. Oh, actually, I remember another story while we're at the airport. The airport we're at, it basically has like two areas. Like it has like a north terminal and a south terminal, and I can't remember. We had to be, I think, at the north terminal or something. Is where we parked our car, and we were waiting for the shuttle bus to go to the north terminal, but we didn't realize that we like landed in the south terminal or something like that. So we were waiting at a shuttle bus, and it's like seeing like have a bus stop waiting for our shuttle bus to north terminal, and they just kept being like south terminal parking. We're like, what's going on? And then, you know, one of my friends went to walk to be like, hey, you know, maybe we need to wait somewhere else for like the North Terminal bus. And he just walked up, turned the corner, and there was just a giant sign being like South Terminal. And he was like, we're in the wrong area. It was very funny. I thought. So then we had to walk to the other terminal. And then we got home. We stopped off at, what are those called? I can't remember what they're called. But the places where you drive off of the motorway side and you get like fast food areas and that sort of thing. We had a bit of McDonald's and KFC because there was like a double peel event going on, and my friends go crazy for the double peel for whatever reason. I don't go crazy for it, but you know, if they want to eat McDonald's, I'm totally fine with it and everything. And that was about it. That was, you know, the holiday in a nutshell. Here we are, a month or two on from a holiday, wrapped up neatly in a little bow. It was a great holiday. It was a fantastic holiday. Yeah, about a month on, finished the conversations about it. And then I got home, and then, you know, there's all that COVID scare where, you know, one of my friends got COVID. Yeah, I mean, you can jump back about a month. I was talking about it. One of my friends got COVID, and then, like, most people got COVID in the group. I think ended up being like 9 or 10 out of 13 people got COVID, which is a lot. I somehow dodged it the entire time, but I also I thought I got ill. I don't know if it was like a mental, like, nocebo effect thing. Or probably what it is, it was just, you know, like post-travel, you get like a little bit ill sometimes. You get like a stuffy like throat or runny nose or whatever. I don't know necessarily what it is. So I was like, oh, I got COVID, but I didn't have COVID. And then I only had like takeaway food and like delivery food for like a few days because I was like, well, I can't really go out to the shops. I only went out for a bit. And I was like, okay, you know, I think I don't have COVID. And it was all good. But yeah, that's it. The holiday in a nutshell. Should I bought more souvenir things? I do think, you know, maybe I should have got more souvenir-esque things. I'm not much of a souvenir buying person anymore. Like, I buy plushies. Did I even buy a plushie on this holiday? I don't think I did. I don't think I even saw, like, any plushies. I think it actually happened last time I went to Croatia. I was like, I tried to buy, like, a plushie from a place I go to, which is more distinctive of the country. But like, last time I went to Croatia, I just, like, couldn't find one, which wasn't just like some generic TY toy. And they're not called TY toy, whatever. It's like Webkins or something. I can't remember that popular brand right now. And yeah, I don't want to buy just like a generic brand. I want to buy, you know, like a souvenir from like a national park of like one of the animals or something. But I don't think I saw any. I was like, oh, it's a bit of a shame. My plushie collections stifles. But there was a marketplace which we were looking around stuff, but I didn't actually see any plushies there. But I did get a nice little necklace, which is sitting over there, which is a very nice thing. Yeah, that's about it, I think. And I think I'll just round this episode up here. Why not? So if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again. But for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now. For a second there, I thought I wasn't recording. I was going to be like, no.